already doing. So let's jump it down to Tuscaloosa real quick, where Nick Saban was asked about Bryce Young during his most recent press conference. And interestingly, he had nothing but praise for a guy that's never started a game there in Alabama. But Coach Saban is more worried about the pieces around him stepping up. Mm-hmm. And he even got a punter question, which was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Nick, what do you like the most about Bryce? What impresses you just the most so far?
Bryce has a really good knowledge of the offense. He's a very bright guy. He makes good choices and decisions. He has a really good feel in the pocket. And he's played really, really well. We want to continue to try to develop the kind of timing in the passing game that we need with the new receivers, with the people in the passing game, to do the little things right so that we can be a little more accurate, a little bit more consistent. But I think that's a combination, not just of the thrower, but also of the route runner, because you're expecting him to do one thing and he does something else. So those are all things that we're working on really hard, but I've been really pleased with Bryce. I've been pleased with his attitude. I've been pleased with his performance. And we just got to get the people around him to play a little better on a more consistent basis.
Earlier this month, you talked about James Burnup. He's a guy with a lot of different kind of kicks in his arsenal. How comfortable are you kind of letting him do those? Or are you just going to stick more to the traditional punts?
Well, we basically have him, going over with the rugby team every day so he can play rugby and feel more comfortable, doing that. Since we're so worried about him playing football. So, he's doing really well with the rugby part of it. So we'll see how that goes. But he's made a lot of improvement and a lot of progress in terms of feeling comfortable. And he does have a variety of ways that he can punt the ball, and he's pretty effective at it.
Charlie, do you still have one? Coach, go, Charlie, if you've got one, go ahead. If not, we're going to finish up. I have stuff left.
Yeah, I got to go to rugby practice after this.
It's not about rugby.
All right, Shane, I got to be honest with you. I can't remember a time Coach Saban was cutting jokes here right before the season opener. So if nothing else, and the fact that he's pumping up Bryce Young makes me feel that he's pretty confident in his team heading into the opener here against Miami.
Let me ask you, Mike, because we're not going to see too many punts from this team. When he is out there, is he like full Aussie? Is he one of those that runs and then kicks, or is he just got a giant leg?
Well, you remember the Miami guy with all the tattoos?
Yeah.
I think he's like that guy minus all the prison tattoos. You know what I mean? So
okay.
Most of these Australians, man, they're tough punters. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they'll mix it up. They'll do the running, they'll do the kicking, and who knows? We may even see Alabama the one or two times they do punt per season. They might even throw a trick in there now that they got an Aussie. You know what?
Okay, all right. No, I was just curious. Yeah, that's probably the last time we're going to talk about punting with Alabama, but the old Aussie jokes, I like that. I do want to back up just a step here, man. What do you think? What do you think about this? Because I'm hearing different things coming out of camp. Some I'm hearing the praises, all the All-Americans they're going to have, and then on the other side of the coin, I'm hearing a lot of people just dragging. They're not putting 110% in. That's even your coaches have come out a few times and talked about some of his star players, about them not giving everything and nothing's earned. It's just, it's got to be earned and not given. So I'm just curious, your opinion. What are you hearing as an insider?
Well, I think more than anything, you might be onto something there. That's why these kind of Saban comments caught me off guard here, because it certainly sounds like, it was just about a week ago he was talking about how, we got to get rid of the rat poison, and some of our younger guys are not really handling it like we thought they would, and then our more experienced players are getting all these accolades, and they're concerned about living up to it, and that's when he was talking about the rat poison. So I don't know. I would just imagine that they have really responded to that challenge, and maybe that's a little bit easier to do with, instead of playing Alcorn State in the opener, you're playing Miami on the road. So you got to get locked in for a game like this. And Nick Saban's teams historically always beat the hell out of whoever they open the season with. Now, of course, they're always, one of the best teams in the country, so maybe that's part of it as well. But I just think, for all the credit he gets for being a great recruiter and a master at just organization, he also seems to be a master at pushing the right buttons at the right time, depending on the pulse of his team. And like I said, I don't think if he was too concerned about it, I don't think a week after making those rat poison comments, he'd be sitting here joking about his punter.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I was just curious.